Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am a digital artist, and today it is the end of July into August, so I will be doing my August reset with you guys. I am going to be going over how I did on my goals from in the categories of personal, health, business, fitness, and home, thinking about my August goals for those categories. Also, I am launching an online shop in the middle of August, so I will be updating you on everything that I was able to do this month for that. And lastly, I know it's a little bit old-fashioned, but I wanted to go through my favorites for the month, most of which are books, and tell you what my thoughts were. So let's get started on reviewing my July goals. My first goal was to celebrate with friends. I already did that. Independence Day was a lot of fun and we had a great time. For most of that week I was hanging out with friends. So that was in the beginning of July. Go to the beach. I have made plans to go to the beach, but I have not gone to the beach this month. Going to the pool, I have not had the chance to do that either. But plans are in the works for that. And scheduling my summer trip down the East Coast. I might be able to do that in August. I'm not sure. My schedule has gotten really complicated recently, so maybe not for that. So that I did not get to do. Moving on to my health goals. Go hiking. I was able to go hiking. That was also in the very beginning of the month. I got to hike in my Ghibli drawing video, which I have right here. Drink more water and smoothies. I definitely drank more water because we've been going through a heat wave. It's been miserable outside. I have not been able to drink any smoothies. And meal prepping for lunch. I have been able to do that more when I've been home. When I've had my remote job, I've been able to cook from home more and not eat out, so that is a big win. For business, it's actually just a lot of shop updates. I'll be touching on that a little bit later. Doing my boot camp course, I have not been able to do that. I have been working on YouTube videos on a lot of different topics recently, so I've not had time to do any bootcamp courses. I also have not had time to look into cameras, unfortunately. I was able to find one of my old cameras and I'm gonna see if I can start using that instead of using my phone. For my finances, I just have to review my savings and investment goals. I have done both of those, bulking up my emergency fund and bulking up my rent fund. Lastly, for home, I was able to sell a lot of my clothes and get my closet organized. That was a big thing that was weighing on me since I have too many clothes now. I have not been able to sell my Switch, and it is an ongoing project that I need to focus on. Most of my energy has been spent towards the business, so the home projects have taken a little bit of a back seat. I have just gone through what my goals are going to be for August. Starting off in personal, I want to make a couple of summer vlogs. I've been influenced by everything I see on Instagram, and I want to be more comfortable with showing my face on camera. Going to the beach is another one. I actually have plans to go to the beach, so that is something I will do. I am going to be scheduling a trip to go see a friend in Virginia. And lastly, look for some new job opportunities. I have 2 jobs, which I just left one of them earlier this month. I figured it was time for me to move on and find other opportunities. For my health goals in August, I want to fill up the rings on my Apple Watch. I always feel better when I'm outside and moving. I want to give myself the slow start that I need so that I can be thoughtful and intentional about my day. Less screen time in the evenings. I am very guilty of this. I want to put more of my efforts towards reading books and less time on Instagram. I want to have one gym day every week. A friend of mine and I are thinking of going to the gym together. Lastly, portion sizes. This is a weird one. I'm going to eat out. I'd rather spend just enough on what I need to eat rather than pay a couple dollars more for more food and then not eat it. Moving on to my finances. This was pretty simple. Most of my goals for any given month revolving around finances and home are around the same. If I haven't gotten to something, I try to move it on to the next month. Lastly, my goals for home are about the same. Nothing too different with that. There are just a couple things that I didn't get to this month that I'm just moving into next month. Okay, so I have done so many things to launch my Etsy shop this month. There are a couple things that I did not get to. I procrastinated on them just a little bit because I wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go in. But for next month, I will be doing a lot of shop maintenance, making a shop banner, working on thank you cards, doing the photo shoot, getting new listings up on Etsy. I also need to work on finishing my logo and finishing my artist signature. Those are some of the things that I've not gotten to in July. They're mostly just admin, but the rest of this list is just to be making a table at an artist alley. I am trying to get into MagFest for 2024. The other big thing that I want to do for August in terms of my business is finishing as many boot camp classes as I can. That is my small business Etsy update. Last thing is my favorites for this month. I don't have too many favorites. I probably should keep a running list of them. Anything by Brandon Sanderson I love. Most of it this month was stationery, Brandon Sanderson's Rhythm of War. I have so many feelings about this book, mostly because for a majority of the month, since I read this for most of the month, there are a couple of dark moments. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are a couple of dark moments that I really resonated with due to a lot of my imposter syndrome and due to a lot of changing circumstances. This book really resonated with me. So this book is my absolute favorite. Culloden is still my absolute favorite main character, and this set of characters is my favorite. And this is the European edition, and I got it in the Netherlands, and I love it so much. It does not match any of my other books because all of my other books are paperback, but they're paperback American editions, but this is one of my favorites. I also, within the last week, I read Verity. This is probably a 1 out of 5, or probably a -1 out of 5. I don't like thrillers and I don't like suspense. I had no idea what I was getting into with this. It's very Dateline, and I know a lot of the girls out there are crime podcast junkies, so this is the perfect book for them, but it's not the perfect book for me. In terms of artwork, my favorite pieces to work on for this month would be Miguel O'Hara. I did not take too long on him. I finally used clipping masks to their full extent, and it is definitely something I'm going to be using in my process going forward. So in terms of the art process, it is my favorite. I did get a comment just now saying my Miguel O'Hara fan art is not as thirsty as they wanted. And I think that is the funniest thing, because the whole point of the fan art was to not be thirsty. If I wanted it to be thirsty, I could have. So that is probably something I'm gonna fool around with in the next couple of weeks, just to see if I could draw a Miguel fan art and make it thirsty. But that is the end of my favorites. And this is the end of my August reset. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be excited to see you guys in next week's video. I am going to be doing a TikTok art challenge. I haven't done one in a little while. It'd be fun to make a new character for the end of summer and into the fall season. I'm so excited to show you what that is going to look like, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye, friends. I've been waiting to eat the sushi for a little while now, so let me have a piece. I told myself I would not eat this until I told myself I wouldn't eat sushi until I recorded the video.